Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Finally, senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this more Disco Elysium, wherein I'm going to try and wrap up the whole case of, not case, drag this poor thing down, and then turn in some of those bags that I've got over at the Frit, and follow just clues and not be afraid to go off the rails. Now, I'm mostly trying to play him as self-deletion seeking, but not trying to take anyone else down with him. But I'm letting him go off the rails on his own. And from comments that have been left with me, I'm going to be using things and going more off the rails myself. I would have kept communism had I realized what was going on. So we might as well do what we have to do here.
Is naked, but for a pair of underpants.
Yep, let's get him down.
The steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
Well, okay, first, let's look at that. I have a level up. I have a skill point. I can't remember what somebody told me I should put it into. One I know was a 2-word thing. So let me look through these. Was it that? Oh, Inland Empire was one. So you know what? I remember putting a point into Volition. So I think I will put a point into Inland Empire. Yeah, that works. Accept changes in clothes. And then, okay, who made the call? Okay, now there was a thought chamber thing, rigorous self-critique. I mean, that is true. I don't really... well... we'll see what happens. Don't see a good lane of
He doesn't
approach,
actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
Well, thank you for explaining that to me, Captain Obvious.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
Okay, shooting him down sounds like a bad idea. That would not be a good idea. Saw the branch? How would we get up there?
Climb up there and saw the branch?
Yeah, it seems
There has to be a
dangerous.
less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Maybe we can ask for help from the harbor.
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
That
I
is
would
true.
really prefer if there was another way. These people might have an agenda.
Yeah.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
Maybe we could shoot him down.
Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
I'm thinking shoot the branches or the rope, not actually shooting like
How?
the corpse, but
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch, that's a good spot to aim.
why not? There. The buckle holds the belt together.
Where?
I gotta remember to read.
Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
Indeed.
They'll miss. The pigs will miss Kuno.
Oh, there's a lot of worse things that could happen. Oh my goodness. Okay. Take the shot. What's the worst that could
I
happen?
blow his head off.
You see it? That's one point.
Take the shot.
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates
God,
the scouring
now
stick,
I
and
really
gives
don't
the
like the
cartridge
idea.
5 tucks, securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090.
Oh, thank you
Armistice,
for really making me
mass-produced
regret
muzzleloader,
this decision.
Aesthetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world.
Trust in Kim, though.
He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His
Okay.
finger is on the trigger.
I can't. I can't. I can't.
Fucking miss.
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
a lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's test was the wrong choice. His shoulders are raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight.
Fucking idiot. Mugabat asshole.
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
Oh.
The lieutenant doesn't
I'm
say a
sorry.
word,
I've been.
just looks at the gun in his hand.
I have been so wrapped up with this. I can't force him. No.
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
Is one of the reasons I'm so wrapped up in this. I've mentioned before that I really, really, really don't want to disappoint this character. I feel so wrapped up in the main character's problem, issues, and such. And I mentioned that it's self-deletion, but not wanting to take anyone else down with him. I really don't want to disappoint Kim at all. And this hurts. And it was the forcing him to do something he did not want to do. Huh. I have a lot of moisture in my eyes. There's a lot of introspection, and also someone in comments had said that it was I can't remember the exact phrasing, but like a Kim disappointment simulator, something like that. So,
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
oh, I certainly do feel like too bad of a shot. There are a lot of things that could go badly, badly wrong if I have a gun right now with these kids around. It is a bad idea. I really... Can I have the gun? I should try. Rather than someone... Can't someone else do it? Or seems like a lot of hassle, let's not do it. Or instead of that's it, we have to ask for help from the harbor, commit to it. Or I'm out of ideas, let's have another look at him. I might as well try. Can I have the gun? I should try. He's going to say no.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
I'm right here. I promise not to lose it. God, let me give it back to him as soon as I'm done.
They only have one gun.
Yes.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana pointer. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
Well, feel the weight.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
I am being a poor host today.
You've held this, an A9 armistice, before. At some point, it probably used to be your choice of firearm. It still feels comfortable, like you never laid it down.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
Point the gun at the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
I knew. I will. It's challenging. 42%. Rather than say shut up. Rather than close my left eye first. Rather than point the gun at Kuno as no. And rather than give the gun back, I'm going to try. Can't do worse than Kim did, I hope. It was a success?
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming
Oh,
loose
wow.
with a whir.
Well, how about
Your
that?
hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you,
Yeah,
looking
but
straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
who killed you?
Communism.
It takes a millisecond
Okay.
for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
Okay, we're checking this. Oh, another skill point. Okay. Boy, there's so many choices, and if I read them all off, I would be here forever. I mean, should I put it into encyclopedia? Because that's what it came from. I mean, there's rhetoric, persuading, drama, play the actor, conceptualizing, understanding, visual calculus, reconstructing crime scenes. I do like that. I mean, there's volition, keep your morale up, inland empire, hunches and gut feeling. There's empathy, understanding others. Authority, intimidating. I don't see myself wanting to do that. Esprit de corps, understand cop culture. I mean, that's kind of nice right there, too. Suggestion, be charming. Here, I'm going through and reading them all anyway. Well, you know, you can't play it wrong. So, let's go with... Oh, what's electrochemistry? Go to the love and be... Okay, that seems like a bad idea. I mean, it seems like a good idea, but let's go with empathy. Can't go with empathy. We will go with this, though. I'm good at reading. There we go. Had to make sure. We'll go with how did I... No. Gosh darn it. How did I do that? Because I shot.
By being a damn good shot. Ace is high.
The
Oh.
Ace is High, a custom invented by the aerostatic
Oh.
brigades during the Revolution, is used to celebrate success in Revachol, especially in sports. The gesture is spread across
How
the
about
world,
that?
despite that you
Okay.
could add an Ace's Low to it, if you like, by turning your back after the high and waiting for another.
We'll try.
The high arrives with a sharp slap. As you turn around, there is a moment of doubt. Feels like that low ain't gonna connect. Chill. It's gonna connect. But then it does. And with flawless precision. The
there
lieutenant
we
is
go.
not one to leave an Ace's Low hanging.
Okay, well, we're still going. We still got things happening here. Oh, Ace is low. It's one, huh? Or coming up. Well, I'm not quite sure what you would have to do to be able to internalize it, so I'm not quite sure why it brought me to this page. Still, that's fine.
I knew these guys were.
What now?
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells.
Oh,
The fall
do
seems
we
to have really sunk
really?
deep inside it.
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy.
I don't want it to stop, but I want to make sure he gets his gun back. I mean, I don't like this idea.
Yes, the 4 phases of a murder scene. 1. Investigation of the scene. I'm satisfied with that part. The trash container, the
Yeah.
prints, we've been
I'm not
thorough.
reading again. I am so horrified. And I'm so horrified.
2. Initial examination of the victim. We were pretty good in our efforts, and the autopsy will provide another chance. 3. Field autopsy. This will not be pleasant or easy, and it will have to be performed on the scene.
The fuck are they on about?
Cops are gonna cut his shit up next.
4 and final, transport of the coroner's case to the district morgue. I'll do that. God, it stinks.
Don't we have someone else for the autopsy?
No, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain. From crime scene to autopsy to cleanup, we do it all.
Okay, instead of I don't think I'm a detective, yes, I feel like a detective. First, curiosity. Honorary rank?
An honor and a burden attached to your rank. Mine is Lieutenant Detective, unfortunately. I can't tell you how tired I am of this corpse.
I don't want to answer I don't think I'm a detective, but it's the only option I am given.
With shooting like that? Of course you are. Your station would not have assigned you to this case otherwise.
Oh, okay, so it's just doubt because I can't remember instead of doubt because I'm a horrible person. All right, Give him back his gun.
In the meantime, we should try to interview Everard Clare, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge.
Oh, yeah, and the Clares are evil,
I would also
evil
suggest
people.
we interview Joyce, the Wild Pines representative. But we've already done that, so good for us. One down, one to go.
Is this the famous list of initial interviews?
Yes. And those were the interviewees. Let's go.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll come back to you, buddy. Now we've got a place to go and a thing to do. It shows how wrapped up I am getting when I am just not reacting or any way, but just staring at the screen, rapt. I want to be a charming and fascinating game player here, and instead I'm just like, and I apologize for that part. Isn't it like is this that? Maybe I can turn in my baubles. How do we do that?
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
I'll insert my baubles.
Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
I certainly am. Richer by, what was it? Point. Come on, over here, so that you can register that as the door. Wasn't Manana somebody we could talk to that could get us in? I honestly can't remember. So we're gonna go up and talk to Manana. Hey, Manana. Call me.
Hola,
Manana.
Wandering Man. How can I help you?
I need to get past the gates and speak with your boss.
Oh, good, good. What matters do you want to discuss with Everard?
He might have information about a killing that took place behind the hostel, or there's been talk of suspicious activity at the harbor, or I can't discuss any details. I'm just going to be right up front about it. He might have information about a killing.
Everard's got a lot of knowledge about a lot of things, eh? Doesn't often dole it out, though. But sure, why not?
Does this mean you can let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
If it's all so simple, why don't the strikebreakers just go up the stairs?
That is a good point.
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
There we are. There we are.
Yeah, the
Past
2.5
Measurehead.
meter tall Semini supremacist there.
Ah! The giant.
Then
Right.
press the button to unlock the door,
Aha.
then go past him again,
Okay.
and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
So you're saying it's actually quite difficult.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best measure head in a physical confrontation. Or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone here ever bested him in a physical confrontation? Soon have any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview, ending with God at another thing, but I'm just curious. Has anyone here ever bested him
Not
in a
yet, no.
physical?
He's incredibly strong.
I believe that from what I saw. Has any of the scabs... Is that I bet that may be proper English, but sounds wrong. Has any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Got it.
Sure.
Another thing. We've already asked him about what's the strike about anyway. I really don't feel like asking him. I'm a bit short on money right now. Can you give me some of it? And instead, wild shot in the dark, Kuno told me you were supposed to know about the armor.
The little boy had a good on his promise.
His promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock.
How
Serves me
about
right for
that?
doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
So Kuno used this to, what, scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
The probe into the armor. What did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor.
You know, I bet that's true.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
Well, what sort of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In
Indeed.
parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove.
I will testify to that. I tried yanking him off and it almost pulled the guy's head off
as I
instead.
count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Yeah. Hold up. 4 pieces. Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings? Then there's, I'm going to find 1 piece of it. 1 is enough. I'm ambitious. I'm going to find all of it, all the pieces. Actually, I may have better things to do. I'm curious. Hold up. 4 pieces? What about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I do.
Just gone. I wonder if that was something he managed to take and sell for himself. I'm going to find 1 piece of it. 1 is enough.
Nice and balanced. Some junior officers can take care of the rest.
Smart choice. It's only that one spot you need armor too. The one the bullet hits.
You know, I bet that's true. Okay, perform the field autopsy. Thank you. We'll get there. Interview the Union boss somehow. Find 1 armor piece. All the way up with... I don't know who to ask about that. There's... But we'll get there. We will get there.
Good luck if you go for those boots though. You'd have an easier time wresting the spurs off a boyadero than getting them off him.
Thank you for your
No problem.
cooperation, sir.
If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
I don't want to, but why not? I'm a bit short on money. I got 130 reals to pay off. I've only got 3 now. Can you give me some?
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
Oh, hand-eye coordination. High, 72%.
The coin lands into your hand as if it has always belonged there. The swallow returns.
Appreciated.
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. Things are meager at the moment due to,
Nods towards the protesters.
the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing though.
The Union has problems getting by?
Nothing to worry
Oh.
about really.
I for-
The jam's a bit of a
I'm
mess.
getting too
Cargo
wrapped
can't
up
get in or
again.
out. The rationing is a bit stricter is all. Supplies should last the strike though.
Every little bit helps, you know? Every little
I'm
bit
always
helps,
glad
you
to
know?
help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs.
Good talking to you. Gotta run. More of this, getting the hanged man's boots. We'll get there. Get the boots off the victim's feet. Ugh. If only I had a machete, I could take care of the autopsy. Well, let's see if we can talk to people without getting our heads clubbed in up here. What does this say? Door's locked. Well, let's see if we can go talk to people without getting our heads clubbed in. Yeah, I bet there's nobody at all to talk to. Can I just talk to him? Hi. Hi, Measurehead.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
You are absolutely 100% correct.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
I might as well be childish about this. My body does not betray my
You
degeneracy.
have succumbed to Al-Ghul.
I forgot to. I am a terrible person.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Wait, Al Ghul versus Smell Your Breath. Kim, is it really so bad? Versus, you're right, I'm an alcoholic. Now I need to enter the harbor. Versus, I don't have a problem with Al Ghul. I just drink a little on the weekends. Versus enough, I need you to open the door to the harbor. Smell my breath. Kim, is it really so
It's
bad?
not good.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
Oh dear. I don't have a problem with Al Ghul. I just drink a little on the weekends.
Your mouth moves, but the one who speaks is Al-Ghul. You are but a vessel for the Ghul now. Very little of yourself remains. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
First, let me make this clear. I'm not a drunk, I'm a cop. I just have a drink every now and then. Everyone does. Versus that fat racist over there. Point to the racist lorryman. You're just him after pumping some iron. Versus, I am the police, and I need you to comply. Now, take a step closer. Versus, the race stuff is unimportant here. I just need you to help me do my job, please. I like that one as a milk toast. But I'm not ready to stop chewing on this like a dog after a rat. First, let me make this clear. I'm not a drunk, I'm a cop. I just have a drink every now and then. Everyone does.
The ethanol fungus is deep within your nervous system, pulling the strings. You are merely its pupa now. I see no hope for you or your kind.
Yeah, that fat racist over there. You're just him after pumping some iron.
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup.
Oh, you're into
pink
phrenology,
blood
huh?
is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft.
God, I don't even like listening to this guy.
You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Come on. I just need you to move about 20 centimeters back versus push him out of the way, which would probably be better trying to push a mountain, versus you're right about all this. Now I just need you to let me go into the harbor versus the situation is serious. Your people have probably killed a man. I need to talk to your boss versus this is going nowhere. I'm going to try just this one. You're right about all this. No, I just need you to let me go into the harbor.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you.
Yeah, no. Can I just walk past you? I got stuff to do.
Your beloved, Beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Wouldn't that mean I have to become a Seminese supremacist myself?
Well, not as such. What you do with a mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist.
Sure.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Measurehead, I'm new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races are there.
Do you?
This is for the thing.
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door, and then to you. He lets out an audible sigh.
You are obviously a liberal, Sayolite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education on?
Type A versus Type B versus the Type Bile CF races. Type A?
Those are the Simonese,
Of
the
course.
Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The
Of
Maun
course.
are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding. A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. In Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
It. I don't know if it's. Nah. Okay. Got it. Versus who are they? My eyes are glazing over. I wouldn't be able to do that if I had a hangover. Okay. Got it. Who are Type A then, in your view?
The
Or
Vespertines
Type A?
and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have Type A race propensities.
Okay.
The other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem.
Oh.
Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
And who are the Seminese and Areopagites? Am I close? I can't remember. Now I'm pronouncing that like it's a faux Greek word.
As proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Seminese and the Areopagite are on the ascent.
Areopagite. Once I hear it and I'm able to remember it, I can pronounce it after that. What's the difference between the Seminese and the Areopagites?
The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed.
Oh, of course.
Seminese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls. The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Simeno-Areopagite or Simeopagite super race. That is all. There are no more Type A races in the world.
Well, how about Type B? I can't remember how you pronounced it.
Type B are the
B.
unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Khoikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored people.
The Khoikos of Grad, Yuko, Zhimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call white, officer, in a suspect description.
No. Just to let him know. Just to let him know. It's not gonna help. But just to let him know.
Yes. To an untrained eye, the koiko appear white and pinkish, like a hand's But look into their eyes and you will see. They are of an indistinct color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy, muddy, and ashen. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking alcohol and smoking the degenerate tobacco herb, and for eating potato.
Okay, what do you got against potatoes?
The Koiko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with potat. The only thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
You don't like ethnostates? Out of curiosity, that's all. I'm just curious.
They are microscopic. The Semeno-Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust.
Here we go.
Uninterrupted. From Holy Semenine to the Boreal Plateau of Katla. Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Semenese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature. Not the base inner spoilage called demos.
Of course. And the however you pronounce them,
The
you mentioned?
Bacholians, halfway between type A and the racial cauldron. Two makes to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet.
Do tell.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what
Yeah,
has
it
happened.
seems off.
That seems a little off.
It sure does, but you know what? We're trying to get into the harbor. Go away, stupid political thoughts. Sure.
The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad, in Zarath reading potato carts. It is literally an illness, a prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden
Yeah, but
in
a
holes.
Lyme disease
A
is
soft, sponge-like
really
mass
something you
of
survive.
dementia, hallucination, and paranoia. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia, a hereditary condition passed from the Koiko to the Occidentals.
I don't know that that's prion.
But not sexually. Probably through trade roots and potate acid, the prime component of the potato plant.
Sounds good,
Enough
sir.
of Tibet mediocrity.
Boy. Well, please, fill me in on the vile cauldron.
Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me.
You brought them up. Chimeric
Lesser
experiments?
races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Semenese man. Only possible if the mother is masked and the father Semenese. The other way around, they fail to produce offspring.
That that racial slur invented for the game. At least I hope it was. I thought that's probably not just invented for the game. People have probably used that out in real life. That's probably a real life term somewhere. And I just haven't read about it, and it's a real thing here. And I'm being foolish, or else I'm not. I don't know anymore. I can't tell fact from fiction anymore.
The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi music to vent their impotent despair.
But of course.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
Yeah, I know enough?
Yes, it is cruel to entertain ourselves with the deformities of the earth. Were there any able-bodied races you needed dedication on?
Now that we've been through all the types, do I understand advanced race theory?
You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
How do I word the mystery?
You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return to me. This clarity does not come instantly.
How would I be able to do that? I am not quite sure how to do these things here if that's not lit up there. It's not being offered here. Do I have to put this here to... Do I have a thing that's available? No. Would I have to drop one of these? And if I do, how do I do that? I don't even have enough skill points to be able to do that. Yeah, so I can't even take that on because these are all full. Unless I stopped. Okay. Well, I can always come back to it. Okay, we're still working through that. Then pass some time. How do I pass some time?
I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss.
I can't just talk to him again yet?
Race pupil returns.
Yeah. Boy, now I wish I had waited to turn in those bottles, because I wonder if that would take up time. Oh, can't run over there. Well, I have talked to all these people. Have I? Well, let's go check out that body again real quick, and on the way keep my eyes open for any plastic bottles to pick up. I've been forgetting to do that. Not that there are a lot. For all the place looks terrible, it all is slightly clean. Now somebody in comments had also said that this old gal over here,
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the
And there's
photograph.
still
in her
no
hand.
way to
No
get her
response.
attention?
Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
I wonder if there's a way at this point in the game to contact her. Probably not, apparently. Well, we'll have to wait a little longer then, won't we? There we are. We just found 0.6 real. I am going to make my money in no time this way. Which is to say, I'm not going to be able to do it this way. Well, boy, we're probably going to have to go over and deal with the corpse then again. I don't want to spend any of my hardened cash yet. And I can't think of any reason to go into this building.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Main building, the hair SCA, boxing, 24th window, fashion, I can't pronounce that, Veron's Taxi, Slipstream, Fortress Accent, Revachol Ice City, main building, Whirling and Rags. Well, East Delta Pinball? Look, I didn't mean to hit that. Okay, well, let's take another look at the body and see if anything has passed so that we can... Or, you know what, I said I was going to do this, so let's...
Fuck does Kuno care?
Yeah, let's talk about your shack
The fuck
again.
do you want with it?
I found a plate covered with a powder residue. You know anything
That's
about
where
it?
Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Okay, I
Bet
mean,
you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
I just wanted to see what his reaction would be.
Good call,
I've
Pigmeister.
heard enough of
Don't
this.
come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
I've talked to Manana about the armor because I've done everything but I have not tried to do a legendary empathy, but I've done talk about your shack, I've done who is Kuno, I've done have more questions about the crime scene, I've done I want to discuss the body with you, so I talked to Manana about the armor.
So?
He told me you promised to sick the pigs on him versus he said to thank you, wasn't too keen on chasing down the armor anyway. He said you're now the king of the entire Jamrock? I'm going to go with thank you. To show that instead of being upset, he was happy, which will just irritate the person who tried to irritate you.
Fuck, okay. Kuno's a giver like that, yes?
Kuno sent you fat ass running around like jello.
Look, pig, Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
Whatever.
What is
kid.
this? Trying to be cool with your new asshole? Kuno was just being nice to you. You got fucked bad. Now limp the fuck out of here. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
No, that's alright, thanks.
Yeah, real interesting.
Nah,
Kuno
we're off.
doesn't fucking care.
Well, when we return, we're gonna see if it's time to take a machete to that rotting corpse over there. Hey, you never know what you'll find inside. Maybe gold. That'd be pretty cool. So we're going to continue from here. I had fun. I sincerely hope that you did. This game has been, it's both, it is a roller coaster ride. It's a roller coaster ride, and I'll leave it at that. So, until we meet again, You take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing.